The 2004 Super 12 final is just about set to begin here at Canberra Stadium in the Australian Capital Territory. Big crowd building up, and the record should be broken tonight. It's the 2004 decider. The ACT Brumbies taking on the Crusaders from New Zealand. The 2004 Super 12 final is underway at Canberra Stadium. The Crusaders kicking off, and it's sloppy for the Brumbies, and the Crusaders have it. In the semi-final, the Brumbies restarts were not great. That's not the start they were looking for tonight. Dan Carter. Marshall giving it to McIntyre. Good defence though.
George Smith on it straight away.
And Larkham spotted the opening. Kicking and...
Oh, super nudge.
It's still there. It's still there. They're trying to get across the line. That's a try. That's a try. What a start for the Brumbies. The Crusaders, they were asleep.
A code from the hip from Radiki Samo and George Smith. How often have we talked about him this week being the best open side in the world? And I'm sure it was Justin Marshall back there. We'll see, missed the kick, tried to put it into touch. And the ball just sat in the wet. It didn't pop up like he wanted it to. Here's the hit. Samo makes it. Look at George Smith straight in over the top there. We heard Andre Watson say he was on his feet. Smith's already made an impact, and here comes Larkham. We talked about him being the best in the world. Puts his kick on the penny. Look at that, how close to the sideline, and it sucks back in like every wedge should. No, it wasn't. It was Ben Blair.
And it was a shocker. What a horror moment for the start of the game. You'd love to hit a golf shot like this. Have a look at that, Ben Blair. Oh my goodness, an air swing at this stage of the game. Joe Roth did a little what do you call that? A crawl to get over the line.
Not a bad nudge. Oh, it's a beauty. Yes, the flags are up. For a moment I thought it was going to die on him at the last metre, but it's there, and it's 7 points to 0. The Brumbies over the Crusaders, and it's a turnover, and now it's Gerard. This crowd is roaring, and the Brumbies into a gallop immediately in the Super 12 final. Pick and drive, 25 metres out. Gregan waiting for it. Short side they go. Paul back on the inside. Mark Gerard, one to beat. Mark Gerard scores a try. The Brumbies, talk about gallop. They're bolting.
Well, Mark Gerard, incredible, but you knew they had to go to the left. They probably pulled the wrong manoeuvre early on straight after the turnover by giving it to Gerard 8 metres behind the breakdown. But they couldn't come to the right, come open, because the Crusaders had the defence set. They did it to the Chiefs in their second try last weekend. Same player scored the try. Samo, the bad pass by Ben Blair in counter-attack. Samo put it through. Look at Chisholm. That could be illegal, the fact that he went to the ground. There's a hit of a forward pass here. First it goes to Jeremy Paul. A hint there, you get away with that. George Smith to Gerard. That is clever manoeuvring down a 10-metre blindside. Gerard, no problems brushing through the tackle. Great team try.
Well, and that's why Gregan's the best half. He read that beautifully and just went straight down the left. There's Bunambaka. We've talked about his defence. There's not much he could do there. And it was a great ball from George Smith and Gerard. He's got too much there, too much strength. Oh, and Ben Blair, isn't he just wishing this game was over right now?
Will it hold its line? No, not that time. Waved away, so it's 1 from 2 for Joe Roth, but more importantly, the Brumbies are leading by 12 points to 0. Well, those Brumbies fans hoping for a fairy tale ending to Joe Roth's career at the Brumbies. Got what they wanted for in the first 10 minutes. He equals Christian Cullen's try-scoring record as Samo hammers the opposition. Short side, Gerard. Got McIntyre to beat. Beats him. Throws it back. Back it goes. Here's another one. Oh! Gregan gave it to Jeremy Paul, and they're in for their third try.
Well, that came from, I think it was Radiki Samo making the initial tackle, and then they went that blindside. Mark Gerard, that sidestep, simply sensational. So hard to tackle as you edge over and cover defence at him, because he rattles from one foot to the other, then bangs one on. Have a look at that tackle on Richie McCaw by Samo. He went out of the line and attacked him. There were no Crusaders behind the man on the ground there. Samo got to his feet, got it back, it fiddled around, hit of a knock forward perhaps, Kearnsey.
Yeah, it did look like there was a touch, but look at how much impact has Radiki Samo had in about the last 5 games he's played this year. Phenomenal. Gregan straight on, and look at the perfect hooker's line down the middle of the field from Gerard. George doesn't panic, pops up. Jeremy does the perfect angle back on the outside.
Oh, what about this? Gregan, you see, Gerard. Have a look at the poise. Ball in the outside hand, swaps it over there. Watch him go off the left foot. Bang there. You cannot cope with that. Gregan there on the inside is Jeremy Paul. Oh, he's pulled back by Marshall. Jeremy Paul had his hand in the air. He didn't want to go to the toilet. He wanted to go over the try line. Gee, survived well there, George Gregan.
Now Roth, oh, that's better. It'll hold its line. The flags are up. And the Brumbies are up by 19 points to 0. And that Brumbies offensive line comes up, and now they're playing advantage here for the Brumbies. To the short side they go. Numbers again. Samo holds it in the big mitt. Still going. Gives it to George Smith. Kicking ahead. Who wins the race?
Oh, it's Gerard!
Mark Gerard. There's try number 4.
What was that?
Oh, they've got the bonus point, the Brumbies.
There's no such thing. That is incredible.
Let's have one anyway. That is absolutely unbelievable. Where did that turnover come from? Who's responsible for that?
And then they had 5 on 2 on that left-hand side.
That is, well, George Smith snuck it somehow. He throws a lovely dummy here, bang, and off he goes. He pops inside to Samo. I'll just stick it in one hand and I'll just do the soft shoes shuffle. I'll throw it around a bit. Oh, back to George. Thanks for giving it to him in the first place. Why did he put it on the boot? But it was the best kick you've ever seen, Mark Gerard. Well, he's all right, that bloke.
What about this bloke? Hello, what am I messing around with 2 hands? Give me one. There I go. Dummy there, short one, and the most skillful back rower in world rugby, George Smith. I don't know whether he had a call, but there was some sort of combination there.
So it's 24-0, and that's coming around nicely. Joe Roth adds the extras.
Do you reckon the crowd isn't on fire?
Any ideas, Mano, who looks better mentally prepared for this game?
I don't think it matters at this stage. They finally have convincingly won a short restart, the Brumbies. We've got to start thinking, how do the Crusaders get their way back into this game? Oh, as Larkham gaps him.
That's not the way.
Stephen Larkham. Wilson! Joe Wilson, has he got the leg? Throws it back on the inside. Ditto will score! They're on fire! It's raining tries. The heavens have opened up with 5-pointers pouring down. They're on their feet. This is unbelievable.
The Brumbies bench has gone nuts.
The crowd's gone bananas. What is going on here? Joe Roth's telling someone else to have the shot. They'll have Radiki Samo toe poke. You know he's going to take it. What about you, Gito? Joel Wilson reined in. Larkham, you could have driven a couple of semis through this hole. He squeezed through. No match there, the defence. Wilson, Carter was the one who showed the pace to grab him. He couldn't also get to Gito. He's done the dive early and slid over. What about that?
Oh, unbelievable, Stephen Larkham. How good is this bloke? He can run, he can pass, he can do anything. He finds Wilson. Wilson thought he was going to get there, and then he hears Joel from the inside. And here he comes, that headgear.
Gito.
Matt Gito, 10th career try, first tonight, and 6 for the season. Roth kicks another 2, so it is 33-zip.
They've got something cooking up here out wide.
The Brumbies 33, the Crusaders 0, but the visitors are hoping to get across that line in the next period of play.
They used the rolling maul last week against the Stormers quite effectively, because you've almost got to commit a penalty to stop it.
Advantage, pulling it down, number 7.
Number 7, George Smith, pulling the maul down, so it's still there.
Number 7. I won't have that. You heard the whistle, mate. I need positive stuff right now. Owen, right now. Or I'll deal with everything. Right now.
Yeah, they've just got to be careful. They've got to cool it a bit here, the Brumbies.
Oh, I think Andre is an angry Andre.
Take your ball. You want scrum? Scrummy. Number 7 pulling them all down.
Almost a professional foul.
Yeah,
Brumbies just
absolutely.
need to get their discipline right. And now an opportunity again for the Crusaders. Brad Thorne. Now the pick and drive. They're only about a metre out, getting very close indeed. The Crusaders, did they get it down?
Yep.
Yes, they did.
Richie McCaw.
McCaw gets the try. They've had to wait a long time in this first half to get the 5-pointer. In the end, it was quite an easy try for them.
Yeah, you don't want to give the Crusaders a sniff, and that's what the Brumbies are doing. And they're getting, well, they're not panicking, but they just got their heads in the wrong space right at the moment.
They've let the pressure off, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, and they're being quite negative down close to the line here. Yes, you do have to slow it down. Here comes rolling away here. The forward's getting behind the back and just drive it over. Very, very Crusader-ish try.
Had to start somewhere, and everyone had good body height, including referee Andre Watson. But that's what it was about. Have a look how high all the Brumbies are in defence. Crusaders are down low. That's the difference. That try was always going to be scored by one of them, and in the end it was Richie McCaw. They're on the scoreboard. Don't discount them. I know it's a huge lead. Andrew Mertens is on there. They've now got a bit of poise to their game.
The extra 2 added by Dan Carter, so it's 33 points to 7. Marshall. Quick hands, Vunambaka. Oh, great skill.
Try!
It's a try to the Crusaders. It's Aaron Major. They're saying if you guys can do it, so can we. For a moment it looked like Vunambaka was going to cop it up, but he just got the handball over the top, and so they're saying we're not done with yet.
Well, they were coming into their 8th phase. Came to Mertens, he threw it. It was a good pass. There were no problems with it. Oh, that was earlier on when McCaw made it another 15 metres. Chisholm missed the initial tackle. Roth made sure he saved the try right there. Ball came back quickly, as it always does when Richie McCaw has the ball. Comes to Mertens first. Vunambaka juggles. Oh, how well has he done? A bit of beach volleyball action. Easy stuff.
What about the impact that Andrew Mertens is having on this game as we see this kick?
Will it hold its line? Yes, it will. It's a great kick from out wide.
Mutto, he's changed the face of this, Andrew Mertens.
There's no doubt at all.
Just go down. Engage. Thank you.
You'd think that he'll go to touch.
I'll tell you what, at half-time, if I was the Brumbies, I'll be putting the long sprigs in, that's for sure.
And that is into touch, and that is half-time in what has been an amazing opening first half to the 2004 Super 12 final. The ACT Brumbies leading the Crusaders from New Zealand by 33 points to 14 at the break. Andre Watson from South Africa, the referee. The crowd being revved up, and the second half is underway in the 2004 Super 12 final. And here's first touch for the Crusaders on their own 22. Broomhall goes into scrum half, and now Mertens onto the left foot. Won't find touch. Favour.
Oh,
That's the halfway mark. Here's George Smith. Can't get away from Chris Jackson.
Oh, what about this?
Get that in.
And Marshall getting back there. It came off Rathbone, I think you'll find. Gregan. Now Larkham. Going to the edge. Gerard was a little bit in front of the kicker, and Blair leaves it behind. Gerard, try!
Oh, goodness. Ben Blair. Oh, dear. With you, Greg Clark. I believe Mark Gerard may have got off to a mobile flying start in front of the kicker.
Well, that's a hat-trick for Gerard. That's his 3rd in the final in front of the Wallaby coach as well, who's in the stands, Eddie Jones, and that's 10 tries now, so he equals Sterling Mortlock as the leading try scorer in 2004 in the competition.
Well, I reckon they've decided that Ben Blair, and there's no doubts. Here's Gerard, right? Ball hasn't left. Oh, he's still got 1 foot behind him. I'll give that to him. He is onside. Let's have a look here. As the ball leaves, he still had 1 foot behind. But Ben Blair, he has been shaky from the word go. Goes straight through to the keeper.
He's done well just to hang on to that match, Gerard.
That's great reflexes, wasn't it?
It was. Joe Roth slots that goal.
So the perfect start to the second half for the Brumbies. Converted by Joe Roff, scored by Mark Gerard.
Okay, now
Real pressure on the Brumbies defence here. Thorne, taken by Favour.
Hands off now. Hands off, 8.
Broomhall. Only a couple of metres out. 1 metre out now, the Crusaders.
Just a tackle, it's all on the ground.
The try now will give them some hope of a comeback.
It's under red.
George Gregan made the tackle in there on top of...
Stay back.
No, he has got it back.
Now it's Brad Thorne. They won't stop him. Big Brad Thorne crashes over to give them some hope.
Well, plenty of hope still left, I reckon, Clarkie. There's 23 minutes to go. Crusaders are having plenty of ball so far. And Marshall's starting to step up. He's getting over the advanced line. Here's Brad Thorne. He knows what to do that close to the line. Stuck inside George Smith. Bill Young just couldn't hold him from that angle.
Mate, from that angle, from that distance, look at that. Bill Young is only 1.5 metres from the line when he first makes impact. You're going to be struggling to stop Brad Thorne from there.
Big man, 130 games for the Brisbane Broncos in Rugby League in Australia, 11 for Queensland, 8 tests for Australia in Rugby League. And Carter doesn't miss many, does he? So that's 3 successful conversions now for Dan Carter.
Okay, white forwards on his way to you.
And it's 40 points to 21. So it's 40 points to 21. A little over 12 remaining. You would think that it's now or never for the Crusaders.
Well, there's an air of inevitability. There's either going to be a penalty, a try, or a combination of those two.
The Crusaders getting very close. Andres.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
He can't see it. Will the television match official, the video referee, see it?
Mark, this is for you.
Mark Lawrence, another one of the South African officials here tonight, called upon for the first time.
Over.
I've got an inkling that he got there.
Grounding, please.
Yeah, it looked like that initially, Kernsey, that he was first there, then a heap of players piled on top. But I also want to have a look at Andre falling over again too. The spectacular stuff. He pretended that he meant to do it.
He was just getting himself in the right position.
Here you go, there's the ball. Oh, I reckon I saw it there. Is it Chris Jack?
I'll tell you what, Andre wouldn't get any closer than that.
I think there's a man with his shorts down there too.
Okay, thank you. Can I go?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Try to the Crusaders, game on again.
they are in this thing.
All right, so what are the Brumbies saying there behind the line? They're like the hunted at the moment, being stalked by the Crusaders, running out of time, but desperation full of.
Well, it was the scrum move was well planned. It didn't go exactly as they would have liked because the scrum drifted across field. Owen Finnegan's trying to drill in from the side there. He's near the ball the whole time through this. You see he's spun around. Then he's got to make his way back around into an onside. He's still offside there. You see George Gregan, Jeremy Port, and there's Owen back in the case. He tries to spin him over. Can't quite do it. King grounds it. Merton slots it.
No,
Or was it, Carter slots it.
Carter has kicked another conversion. He missed a penalty a little earlier on, but since then he's kicked 4 conversions. Holy, he is a machine.
Still advantage, still advantage.
Still advantage here for the Brumbies. And Gregan gives it now to Roff. Tried the little grubber kick. Picked up by George Smith, and now Bartholomew!
Roff's there, Roff!
He's got the record! Joe Roff, that surely has won the title for the Brumbies, and he has scored 57 tries. He breaks Christian Cullen's all-time try-scoring record for Super 12. Fairy tales do happen.
What about, you said Rathbone came off the field, the ball didn't find him tonight. Already Bartholomew has been on for about a minute. Look at Joe Roff. Roff, the crowd just barking like dogs. Oh, that is a fairy tale. And it started from, I think it was around 5th base, you started to get a strange sense of deja vu until Jeremy Paul decided, I'll put a stop to this continuous attack. He had a half tackle, half wedgie as he drove McCaw back. Look at George Smith. Great play by Bartholomew to run the angle. Roth was on the inside. Great. Excellent. And how many times have we seen this? Is that 56 times we've seen something like that?
57, that's the record.
Look at the reaction of the Brumbies. They've gone nuts. And so they should go nuts.
Well, that's also tied up the game.
And Roth, there's another two. That is surely the ball game now.
Oh, Joe Roth, I asked him during the week on that wonderful show Inside Rugby if he hated Christian Cullen because he had the record, and he said, yes, I hate Christian. But
No,
now I
he
think they're best mates. I just made that up.
Last feet, last feet, last feet, last
It
feet.
was Broomhall that went to
There you go.
ground.
Don't
Now
go in
it's
the side, you
Lala. Jeremy Paul around the bootlaces. Charge down, George Smith. Got it back to Larkham. It's been intercepted though by Relford. Now Marshall. Justin Marshall putting on the pace. Where is he getting that from if he has got a sore hip? Now it is the inside ball to Somerville. King looking for a double. Pulled down. Brumby's defensive line in disarray at the moment. Advantage being played here for the Crusaders. Wide they go. Through the hands. Laulala. And it's over for a try.
Try. Thanks,
Yeah,
okay.
Casey Laulala will score the try. It's come too late for the Crusaders, but it's going to put some respectability into the scoreline. So it's 47 to 33.
Guarantees a point a minute for the final of the Super 12. Stunning stuff. They knew they had the advantage. They also had the numbers, and they had a very tired Brumbies defence in front of them. Gitto pulled him down, but he's a big man with fresh legs. Laulala went over in the tackle of Gregan. They had to score here. They had all the pressure on again. Laulala, he's the fresh man in the back line, running at Gitto, didn't get a hit on him. George Gregan couldn't affect anything like a tackle.
And from out wide off the uprights, and so he's missed his first conversion of the night.
2, substitution, 9.
Three of their best, Clarkie. Gerard, Gregan and Paul, all off the field to let reserves, everyone get a taste of on-field action.
Well, Lenny Beckett is out there as well, called into the 22 with Sterling Mortlock's unfortunate injury. So all 22 getting on there. This is the biggest aggregate score for a Super 12 final. Plenty of points. Penalty to the Crusaders. A minute to go. And they're still having a go. Thorne played for the Brisbane Broncos here. Couldn't score a try in rugby league at this ground, but he's got one tonight. Here's Chris Jack, still full of running. Trying to pop it out the back door. And there's just nowhere to go there for Jamie Nutbrown.
Well, it's messy.
Mertens. Thorne.
Oh, it's dangerous.
Almost through. George Smith just snaffles that loose ball.
Still going.
Henjack. Back it goes down to Gitto. Looking for a touch finder.
Oh,
Head into touch. Quick throw in. Major. Here's Marshall. Losing the footing.
oh, there's a hole here.
Broomhall taken by Chisholm on the 22. The crowd counting down the clock.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
Corey Flynn and David Blavi, the two reserve hookers, having a bit of push and shove in the background. And play goes on. Here's Brad Thorne. Who'll have the last say here?
Oh,
Caleb Ralph.
Dan Carter now.
That's King. Scored one try, the reserve front rower.
From the side.
From the side. It's advantage here for the Crusaders.
They are not going to go finish this game without a crack.
Here's Ralph.
They've got big
some
numbers.
Major. Back it goes to the skipper, Reuben Thorne.
Let it go, White. Last speed, please.
Marshall. Flynn. Here's Bradthorn. That's the 22. This is courageous stuff by a team that should be down and out well and truly.
This is awesome stuff.
McCaw.
The crowd loving it. They know the Brumbies are going to win, but they're appreciating guts like this.
Here's Aaron Major kicking ahead. Oh! And Carter will score a try after the hooter in the 2004 final. It's not going to give them the title, but gee, it's going to give them a lot of respect.
It was 1.5 minutes after the hooter. It had gone 10, 11 phases, and it had ground its way from the 5-metre line diagonally opposite where Dan Carter has just scored. A distance of about 115 metres. Major slid it through. You thought maybe that is putting the white flag up. Oh, no. They had the numbers, and Dan Carter had the pace. Brumbies don't care. Exhausted, out on their feet. It's hit the upright. The score remains.
Full time in 2004 and the Super 12 final. The ACT Brumbies are the champs, 47-38 in front of a record crowd here at Canberra Stadium. They led 33-0 at one stage, 33-14 at half-time. The Crusaders have scored 4 tries to 2 in the second half. But it is going to be a big night of celebration in the nation's capital. Fairy tales come true.